Have you ever heard that nearly all deaths after the age of 75 can be traced back to just a few key causes? It's a common belief that reaching an old age and passing away is just a part of life, but the reality is that many deaths are actually linked to risks that could have been prevented, risks that people tend to overlook until the moment has passed them by. Unfortunately, by the time many folks catch on to what's going on, their health has taken a hit and their choices start to dwindle. However, if you grasp these risks today, you can take action to safeguard yourself and enhance your life in ways you might not have imagined. In this video, we're going to explore the 5 main causes of death after the age of 75, the ones that account for nearly all fatalities in this age group. Some of these might seem like a no-brainer, while others could catch you off guard. 1. The thing we can all agree on is that getting to know them is the first step in stopping them from happening. These figures go beyond mere numbers. They tell the stories of real lives, real families, and the important choices that can lead to either grappling with health issues or enjoying a long, fulfilling life. Stick around until the end, because these 5 causes are definitely not set in stone. By making small yet impactful changes, many folks have managed to lower their risks, maintain their independence for a longer time, and even add years, sometimes decades, to their lives. The choices you make today might just shape how vibrant, energetic, and self-sufficient you'll be in the future. Hey there! Before we dive in, I'd be super grateful if you could give this video a thumbs up. I'd love for you to join me in sharing these timeless lessons with others. If you haven't subscribed yet, I warmly invite you to click that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you can stay updated with all the latest videos. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love for you to drop a comment with the number 1. And if it wasn't quite your cup of tea, feel free to share a 0 so I can make my future videos even better. All right, let's dive in. First up, we have heart disease. Heart disease continues to be the top cause of death for those over 75. But many folks don't realize just how much power they hold in managing it. The heart is a muscle, and just like any other muscle, it can either remain strong with proper care or become weak from years of being overlooked. Sometimes, the warning signs sneak up on you, and by the time you notice them, the damage has already been done. Lots of folks think that slowing down, feeling a bit worn out, or getting winded easily is just something that comes with getting older. However, these could be hints that your heart isn't as robust as it once was, and that's definitely something to keep an eye on. High blood pressure is one of the leading causes of heart disease. As time goes by, it really puts a lot of pressure on your arteries, making your heart work harder than it needs to. It's a bit of a puzzle, isn't it? You just don't sense it at all. It's a sneaky thing, isn't it? No pain, no clear signs, just a quiet whisper that everything is fine, until suddenly a heart attack or stroke comes knocking at the door, demanding your attention. That's why so many folks over 75 end up in the hospital scratching their heads and wondering how they landed there when they were feeling just fine just days ago. One of the big players in this issue is a poor diet. Over the years, our love for processed foods, a sprinkle too much salt, and those not-so-healthy fats can really add up, leading to clogged arteries and less than stellar circulation. And here's a little something that often slips under the radar. It's not just about steering clear of the bad foods. It's equally important to embrace the good ones. Your heart needs the right fuel to keep beating strong, and if your meals are missing those heart-healthy nutrients, the harm can sneak up on you quicker than you might expect. And then there's just no movement at all. The heart was made to dance, not to sit still all day. When you come to a halt, your circulation takes a breather, your muscles start to lose their strength, and your heart misses out on the workout it needs to keep pumping strong. You don't need to lace up your running shoes for a marathon, but finding ways to stay active that suit you, like walking, stretching, or even doing some chair exercises, can really help keep your heart healthy and lower your chances of heart disease significantly. Many folks often think that heart disease is simply a matter of luck or destiny. They often hear stories about relatives who faced heart attacks, or they think it's just a part of getting older. But you know what? Those little, steady choices really do make a difference over time. The food you choose, the way you get around, and how you handle stress all contribute to keeping your heart healthy or letting it struggle. If there's one thing to remember from this, it's that you hold more power over your heart health than you might realize. The decisions you make today can shape the strength of your heart for many years to come. So, when's the perfect moment to begin safeguarding it? At this very moment. Next up, we have falls and injuries. One of the most dangerous and often overlooked risks after the age of 75 isn't a disease. It's a fall. It all unfolds in the blink of an eye. Just one little slip, a fleeting moment of lightheadedness, a slick patch on the floor, and in an instant, everything shifts. A broken hip, a bump on the head, or even a little bruise can turn into something much more serious, sometimes even life-threatening, in the blink of an eye. So what's the real danger here? Many folks don't quite see how exposed they are until the moment has passed them by. Let me share something that might surprise you. Falls rank among the leading causes of injury-related deaths for seniors. Every year, they lead to millions of trips to the emergency room. For a lot of folks, just one stumble can set off a chain reaction that makes it tough to bounce back completely. A hip fracture can lead to a long recovery, often keeping someone in bed for months. This can take away their independence and raise the chances of infections and other complications. Even though it's something that happens quite often, many folks don't really think about fall prevention until they or someone dear to them goes through it themselves. As we get older, we might notice that our balance, muscle strength, and reaction time start to decline a bit. But since this unfolds gradually, we often overlook it. One moment you're gliding through your day at home, feeling perfectly fine as you tackle your usual tasks. Then, out of nowhere, you stretch for something, and suddenly you find yourself losing your balance, with gravity stepping in to remind you of its presence. It seems like the body doesn't bounce back quite as quickly as it used to. What once was just a little trip can now lead to some serious injuries. And here's a little twist that adds to the trouble. When we let the fear of falling take hold, it often ends up causing us to stumble even more. After facing a close call, many seniors find themselves hesitant to move around as much as they used to. They no longer take their strolls. They steer clear of stairs. They hold back on what they do because they're afraid. However, if you don't stay active, your muscles can start to weaken. As your muscles start to weaken, the chances of you taking a tumble increase. It's a tough situation, and it can swiftly take away your sense of freedom. Well, let me share some good news with you. Falls don't have to be a given. There are some straightforward yet impactful ways to significantly lower your risk, building up your legs and core, enhancing your balance, and making a few simple tweaks around your home, like adding better lighting, slip-proof rugs, and sturdy handrails, can really make a difference. These small changes can help you stay active and independent, rather than risking a life-altering injury. Another factor that often goes unnoticed is the side effects of medication. Some medications can lead to feelings of dizziness, drowsiness, or fluctuations in blood pressure, which can increase the chances of falling. Have you ever jumped up too fast and felt a little dizzy? That's your body giving you a friendly nudge, letting you know it's time to make a little adjustment. Having a chat with your doctor about your medications is really important. It's all about ensuring they're working for you, not against you, and keeping an eye on how they might impact your balance. This simple step can truly make a difference in your life. Falling isn't merely about stumbling over an obstacle. It's all about keeping your strength, maintaining your balance, and being mindful of those small details that can truly make a significant impact. After the age of 75, just one fall can turn life upside down. By taking the right precautions today, you could enjoy years of mobility, independence, and a significantly better quality of life. If you're still with me on this video and enjoying these insights, I'd love for you to drop a number 2 in the comments to say hi. If you haven't subscribed yet, I really encourage you to do so and hit that bell icon so you won't miss out on any of our videos. Your support allows us to keep crafting great content that informs and inspires you. All right, let's keep going. Third on the list, we have respiratory diseases. We often overlook the simple act of breathing, that is, until it starts to feel like a challenge. As we grow older, our lungs may not function quite as well as they used to. Even the smallest respiratory problems can escalate into something serious. In no time, a little cough or a bit of shortness of breath might seem harmless at first, but it can sometimes lead to more serious issues like chronic conditions, infections, and even a trip to the hospital. As we reach the age of 75, respiratory diseases emerge as one of the top causes of death. This isn't due to their inevitability, but rather because they tend to be overlooked until it's too late. One of the major concerns out there is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD, which encompasses conditions like emphysema and chronic bronchitis. As time goes by, the airways can get a bit inflamed, which makes breathing feel more and more challenging. Lots of seniors tend to overlook symptoms such as frequent coughing, wheezing, or feeling short of breath, thinking it's simply a normal part of getting older. But in truth, these are signals that your lungs could use a little extra care. And then we have pneumonia. While it may appear to be just another infection, pneumonia poses a much greater risk for older adults. What begins as a simple cold or mild chest congestion can swiftly escalate into a serious condition as our bodies become less equipped to fend off infections as we grow older. After the age of 75, a good number of hospital stays can be traced back to pneumonia. In many instances, the infection can cause a swift downturn in health, leaving some individuals struggling to regain their former well-being. One big concern we can't overlook is the issue of poor air quality. As time goes by, our lungs can really feel the effects of dust, pollution, and secondhand smoke. Even within the comfort of your home, sneaky culprits like mold, pet dander, and indoor pollutants can quietly make breathing troubles worse, often without you even noticing. If you happen to have conditions like asthma or COPD, these irritants can really make your symptoms flare up even more. Making little changes, like enhancing the air quality inside your home, using air purifiers, or steering clear of smoke, can really help keep your lungs safe and sound. One of the easiest and most effective ways to keep your lungs healthy is by staying active. It's surprising to think that our lungs, just like any other part of our body, need a bit of exercise to keep them working well. As you get moving, your lungs stretch out, staying healthy and helping to clear away any mucus that might have built up. However, when you spend extended periods sitting, your lungs don't have to work as hard, which can leave you more susceptible to infections and gradually weaken lung function. Even simple activities like walking or stretching can help keep your lungs strong for a longer time. Another important piece of the puzzle is making sure you get the right vaccinations. It's quite common for seniors to overlook just how vital vaccines are for protecting against pneumonia, flu, and other respiratory illnesses. However, taking these straightforward precautions can significantly lower the chances of serious infections. It's more than just steering clear of a nasty cold. It's all about steering clear of those complications that might send you to the hospital. Or heaven forbid, something worse. Just a little effort like keeping up with your vaccinations can really make a big difference between a minor illness and a serious health issue. For many folks over 75, breathing can sometimes feel like a bit of a challenge, and it really shouldn't be that way. Not because it must, but because they wait too long to take action. Your lungs are your constant companions, always there, tirelessly working to keep you alive. It's important to take care of them, nurture their strength, and ensure they stay protected. Preventing infection is one of the most effective ways to enhance both your health and independence. Fourth on the list, stroke. A stroke can strike out of the blue, catching you off guard, and in just a heartbeat, everything can shift in ways you never imagined. It's one of the top causes of death after the age of 75, but surprisingly, many folks aren't aware of the early warning signs and risk factors that they can actually manage themselves. Sometimes a stroke doesn't offer a second chance. Once it happens, the damage can be lasting. But let me share something that many folks might not be aware of. Did you know that as many as 80% of strokes could be avoided? It's true. The choices you make today can really shape your future, deciding if you maintain your independence or face a life-changing event. A stroke happens when there's a sudden interruption in blood flow to the brain, either because a blood vessel gets blocked or one bursts open. When this occurs, brain cells start to perish in just a matter of minutes. When the brain goes without oxygen for an extended period, the damage can become quite significant. Some strokes are like little bumps in the road, causing just a bit of confusion or a touch of weakness, while others can be much more serious, leaving folks paralyzed, unable to speak, or relying entirely on others for help. Unfortunately, in many instances, a stroke can be deadly. High blood pressure is one of the biggest risk factors out there. As time goes by, the constant pressure on the arteries can wear them down, increasing the chances that they might burst or get blocked. Much like heart disease, high blood pressure can sneak up on you without any warning signs. That's why many folks go about their day blissfully unaware of the risks they face until a stroke strikes unexpectedly. What about another big reason? Irregular heart rhythms, such as atrial fibrillation, often referred to as AFib. A lot of seniors go through this without even knowing it. When the heart starts to beat a little off rhythm, blood can gather in one spot and create clots. Imagine this. A tiny clot, just minding its own business, suddenly decides to take a trip to the brain. In the blink of an eye, it can lead to a stroke, changing everything in an instant. The bright side? A quick visit to the doctor can catch these problems early, and getting treatment can really help reduce your risk. And then we have diet and lifestyle. Indulging in too many processed foods, piling on the salt and loading up on unhealthy fats can raise the chances of having a stroke. Meanwhile, not getting enough movement can cause our blood to thicken and slow down circulation. Staying active, enjoying nutrient-rich foods, and keeping your blood pressure in check are all great ways to lower your risk. It's all about making those healthy choices. Little tweaks, such as incorporating more leafy greens, reducing sodium intake, and staying hydrated with plenty of water, can truly lead to big improvements. One thing that often flies under the radar is mini-strokes, also known as TIAs, or transient ischemic attacks. These are brief, fleeting episodes that typically last just a few minutes, and the symptoms may fade away within an hour. Lots of folks tend to overlook them, thinking they were simply feeling a bit dizzy or unwell for a moment. Well, let me tell you the truth. A TIA is like your body's way of giving you a heads up that a major stroke might be on its way. If you or someone you care about suddenly has slurred speech, feels numb on one side of the body, experiences blurred vision, or seems confused, even if these symptoms fade away, please don't brush it off. Getting medical help right away can really make a difference in stopping a stroke and avoiding its serious effects. The key thing to keep in mind? You've got the ability to lower your chances of having a stroke. Keeping an eye on your blood pressure, enjoying a heart-healthy diet, staying active and being aware of those early warning signs can really help you maintain your independence and steer clear of the serious impacts of a stroke. The sooner you take action, the better your chances of keeping yourself safe. If you're still with me on this video and enjoying these insights, I'd love for you to drop a number 4 in the comments to say hi. If you haven't subscribed yet, I really encourage you to do so and hit that bell icon so you won't miss out on any of our videos. Your support allows us to keep crafting great content that informs and inspires you. All right, let's keep going. Coming in at number 5, we have cognitive decline and its related complications. As we journey through life, one of the most poignant aspects of growing older is the gradual fading of our memories, our ability to reason, and the cherished independence we once took for granted. Cognitive decline is not something that occurs all at once. It sneaks in gradually, bringing little changes that you might overlook at the beginning. As the years go by, those little slips can grow into something much more significant. As time goes on, the knack for handling everyday chores, spotting those we know, or making wise choices starts to slip away. For a lot of folks, it's more than just a hassle. It can turn into a matter of life and death. Dementia and Alzheimer's disease aren't just challenges for the mind. They can also pose risks to the whole body. When our cognitive abilities start to wane, it often becomes a bit more challenging to look after our own health. Little things, like remembering to take your meds, enjoying a well-rounded meal, or spotting the signs of an illness, can start to feel like a real challenge. It's not uncommon for seniors with dementia to overlook their water intake, which can unfortunately result in serious dehydration. Some folks might not eat enough or might go overboard, leading to nutritional gaps or weight gain that can heighten their chances of facing other serious health issues. But let me tell you, one of the biggest dangers is, those unexpected moments when things go awry. Leaving the stove on, forgetting to lock the door at night, or stepping outside when it's not safe can happen to anyone. As cognitive decline moves forward, these risks can turn quite serious. For many seniors, this brings about a heartbreaking situation. As they find themselves losing their independence, they might find it challenging to live independently anymore, and without the right support, their health can take a turn for the worse much more quickly. The most chilling part? It's surprising how often folks don't notice they're facing cognitive decline until it's already progressed further than they'd like. Sometimes we might notice little things like forgetting names, having a tough time keeping up with conversations, or misplacing our keys. Often we just chalk it up to the natural process of getting older. But really, these little warning signs are your brain's way of letting you know that something is shifting. If you jump into action sooner, rather than later, you'll have a much better shot at slowing things down and keeping your mind sharp and healthy for many years ahead. Have you ever wondered what the best way to keep your brain safe is? Keeping your mind engaged. Just like the muscles in your body, your brain needs a good workout to keep it strong and healthy. Keeping your brain engaged through reading, picking up new skills, solving puzzles, or enjoying meaningful conversations can help reduce the risk of cognitive decline. And here's a little something that often goes unnoticed. Getting your body moving is just as vital for keeping your brain in tip-top shape as engaging in mental challenges. Getting up and moving around boosts blood flow to the brain, lending a helping hand to our memory and keeping our thinking sharp. Another important aspect is social interaction. Feeling isolated and lonely can really take a toll on our mental well-being, making things decline much faster than we might expect. Chatting regularly, hanging out with friends, and staying involved in the community can truly help keep your mind sharp for a longer time. The more you push your mind with fresh experiences and heartfelt connections, the stronger it grows. And of course, diet is a big player in the game. The food you choose plays a big role in your brain health. Foods like leafy greens, berries, and nuts are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins that can help safeguard our minds against cognitive decline. On the flip side, Indulging in too much processed food, sugar, and unhealthy fats can stir up inflammation in the brain, which may raise the chances of developing dementia. A healthy brain begins with a healthy body. The decisions you make today can really influence how you think and operate in the future. Getting older doesn't have to mean losing your sharpness. If you take the right steps today, keeping both your mind and body active, staying connected with others, and making wise food choices, you can really lower your risk. Your brain is just like any other part of your body, you know? It's an important piece of the puzzle that makes you, well, you. The more you nurture it, the stronger it remains. Wrapping things up, as we come to the end of this video, let's take a moment to reflect on all that we've explored together. Heart disease, falls, respiratory issues, stroke, and cognitive decline are all important health concerns to be aware of. These 5 causes account for almost all the deaths that occur after the age of 75. Now let me share something important to keep in mind. They don't have to happen. Many folks don't quite see just how much power they hold when it comes to their own health. And by the time they realize it, it's usually too late. It's amazing how small, consistent choices made today can lead to years filled with strength, clarity, and independence in your life. It's easy to push thoughts of aging aside, but turning a blind eye to these risks won't make them disappear. Here's the bright side. Being aware puts you in control. Being aware of the signs, taking proactive measures, and prioritizing your health allows you to face the future with confidence rather than fear. Why not shift your gaze from what holds you back and instead embrace the joys of longevity, strength, and living life to the absolute fullest? Take a moment to reflect on your daily habits. Are there places where you might be able to make a few little tweaks? It could be about enjoying healthier meals, being more active, keeping up with regular checkups, or staying engaged both socially and mentally. No matter what it is, keep this in mind. You don't have to change everything all at once. Just taking a tiny step in the right direction can lead you on a journey toward improved health and a longer, more fulfilling life. At this point in your journey, your well-being is truly your most valuable treasure. The more you take care of it, the more you can cherish those moments with your loved ones. Stay independent and enjoy life without worrying about health problems that can be avoided. Each day brings a chance to nurture yourself. The choices you make today can shape how strong and capable you'll be in the years to come. We're so glad you could be here with us today. We're eager to hear from you. We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell us one thing you learned today and how you're thinking of using it in your life. We truly value your thoughts, so please feel free to share them with us. Your comments truly inspire and uplift us. If you had a good time watching this video and found it useful, we'd love for you to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with your friends. With your support, we can keep bringing you the content that informs and inspires. Thank you for being a part of our journey. We really appreciate you taking the time to watch. We can't wait to see you in the next video.